Welcome to the Banter Blitz Podcast with your hosts, Jimmy, Pete, and Eric.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Banter Blitz Podcast. This was a fun week, man. This was a good one. A lot of good games. A lot of really bad games. We got Giants news, Jets news. That's always fun for our locals. We've got a lot to get through. So we're just going to jump in, man. How is everybody? What's going on, Petey?
I'm doing excellent. I went 4 for 4. My first perfect week. Thank you,
Wow.
Taysom Hill. Thank you. I started
a lot
with
of
3 out of
teams.
4 leagues.
We got to send him flowers.
37
Eric,
points,
how about
baby.
you?
Easy.
I went 2-1. I won 2 of the 3 leagues, lost 1. I went from being in 4th place to every league to being in 3rd place in 2 and 5th or 6th in 1.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. I went 3 for 6. So right down Broadway.
Nice.
So not too bad. I won Dynasty, and my team, I just showed Pete a minute ago, my team in his league, it just didn't show up. I got one player over 10 points. It's just like,
It's horrible.
you can't do anything with that. So, well, I hope everybody had fun this weekend. I know a lot of people are starting to stress. Playoffs are coming. Trade deadlines are either here or have passed for most leagues. So if you have a little bit of time, make sure you get your trades in, because a lot of people at this point are giving up. If people are out of the playoffs, they're giving up. So you can send them trades and they don't care. They'll just say, yeah, whatever. You know, and you can make it happen. So pay attention to that. Make sure you pay attention to people dropping players, because we're getting into the hardcore bye weeks. So people will drop players just to get a startable team, and they'll drop good players. So keep an eye on that. But we're just going to do our normal thing here. Outside of that, we're going to jump into news. There's not a hell of a lot to get through. So I'm excited to get into the Week 11 review. So let's get into the news.
Weekly news and injury report.
All right. Dak is officially on IR. I don't know what took them 3 weeks to make the call, but he's officially done for the year. Going to IR, getting the surgery. We'll see him next year. I don't know what the hell the Cowboys are doing. Jerry Jones needs to stop looking at the moon. I don't know. He's ridiculous.
Mike McCarthy's gone after this year. 1,000%.
He's got to be. Remember when they had, what's his name? Who's the OC for Philly?
Kellen Moore.
Damn it.
Kellen Moore.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. Remember when they had Kellen Moore and then they got rid of him because they were passing the ball too much and scoring too many points and not running the ball enough, and then all of a sudden their offense just died?
Typical Cowboys.
That's awesome. I feel like the Cowboys. Gabe Davis, IR, torn meniscus. That sucks for him, but that team's shot to hell anyway. It doesn't really matter. Season was over to begin with. Adam Thielen should be back this week. Not quite sure how much of an effect that will have. He may be at least worth a bench spot, though, because there is nobody else on that team at all. Fergie, most likely out with a concussion. George Kittle back to practice. Thank God. Because the injuries on the 49ers, there has to be something in the water. Because there is, whatever. Jonathan Brooks is about to make his debut for the Panthers. We will see how that affects Chuba. It probably won't for a week or two, but I think Jonathan Brooks is going to get involved in the pass game quite a bit. I don't think it's going to affect Chuba much this year. Next year, I think they're going to be more of a split, and then probably halfway through next year or into the year after that, Jonathan Brooks should take over if he's as good as he was drafted to be. He was the first running back off the board, so he should be. I mean, they drafted him with a torn ACL, so we'll see. Hopefully he shows out. Tajay Spears, concussion, out again. He cannot stay healthy.
What a mess.
And it doesn't seem to matter. I don't think he's going to be a backup, I think, for his career. It's not going to make a difference.
No, we'll talk about that another day.
we're going to get to the Giants. So, real quick, Madison and Zamir White are both hurt. We'll see how bad Zamir is hurt. Because if they're both out, you got a waiver wire pickup that would cost you nothing. We'll get to that later. But I wouldn't spend a whole lot of money on Abdullah. But it might be worth a bench spot. Or depends on how desperate you are for running backs.
Have to be desperate.
All right. Giants. Like we said last week, the Giants are sitting Danny Dimes because if he gets hurt, they owe him, I think the number was $30 million more on his contract. It was between 20 and 30. I think it was 30. So why play him? The season's over. They're going to bench him to keep their money safe. So you would think, okay, let's start Drew Lock. See if we can get some wins. Get the team a little bit of something going on right now. They're going to start Tommy Cutlets because they're officially tanking their season.
Yep.
They are not even trying. They're giving up.
So funny story, real quick. I texted my dad saying, hey, Jones, he's a Giants fan. Hey, Jones got benched, and they're starting Danny DeVito. He goes, great. I said, hey, you want to go to the Tampa Bay game? He says, save your money. I don't want to support this joke of a franchise.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to you, Dad. I know you watch.
There you go.
That's so
Oh,
bad.
my goodness.
It's bad.
I mean,
he's like a real
so
big
bad.
Giant fan.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Did you tell your dad about my trade with Neighbors? Thinking that he would do better the rest of the season because he has a nice soft schedule?
I
thought Drew
wouldn't
Lock
tell
was
my
going to
dad about
start.
that trade. Terrible trade.
Oh, stop. I
Yeah.
thought Drew Lock was going
Yeah.
to start.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
And he gets like double-digit targets, Neighbors.
I mean, the Giants are tanking.
Yeah,
Now it's
over.
obvious. I didn't think it was that obvious. Now it's obvious.
It's really
Bad.
so with that, the Giants rest of season. Let's see. You guys tell me what games you think they'll win. And even if Daniel Jones started, tell me what games you think they'd win. First up is Tampa.
No.
They don't win that.
Loss.
I don't care who's starting. Dallas in Dallas.
Win.
They could win
Could
that.
win that one. It's on
That's
Thanksgiving.
possible. Saints New Orleans.
L.
Nope. Baltimore, don't care where they're playing.
Nope.
Falcons.
Maybe.
L.
L.
L. Falcons going to be
Colts.
fighting because NFC South is competitive.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Colts. L. I think they're playing well enough.
Eagles L.
And Eagles. So
L.
they could very well legitimately tank the rest of their season.
I think even with Drew Lock, they could tank their season.
I think even with Daniel Jones,
Yep.
they really only, maybe Daniel Jones gets them an extra one or so, but I think they're losing this whole thing out
Like you said,
regardless.
Danny Dimes is out of there for the contract issues.
Right. So
I like Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock would be a much better fit.
safer.
He'd be more fun
Giants
to
are
watch.
Don't matter.
But, yeah,
They're going for a draft.
they're going for
If
drafts.
I
and
see
they're going
this
for ticket sales.
5 times, yeah, if I see
you're gonna see
this
it.
5 times, it's ridiculous.
You're going to see it.
That's what's going to happen. But that's pretty much all the news we got. Like I said, nothing really happened. Not many people got hurt, especially people that matter. Sorry, Gabe Davis. And so that's all we got. Let's get into Week 11 review.
The Recap Blitz.
All right. Thursday night football. This was a fun game. Commanders, Eagles. Eagles win 26-18. But this is the first time you saw Jaden really kind of struggle a little bit. And the Eagles defense is no joke. So I give them that.
Yep. They're good.
But this is the first time we saw that offense kind of struggle a little bit. Jaden Daniels, 22 of 32, 191, a touchdown and a pick. Brian Robinson's back, 16 for 63 and a tud. But here's what I'm looking at. Where is Terry?
I have
Yeah.
Terry. He got 1.5 points. Want to know
got
why
shut
Terry was
down.
quiet? First off, he wasn't targeted at all, which is weird. But
Yeah.
the Eagles cornerback, rookie cornerback, Quinlan Johnson, I think his name is
Yeah.
a bona fide stud.
Yeah.
He looked good,
So whoever
dude.
is the wide receiver one on the opposite team, bet the under receiving yards because they're afraid
Yeah.
to throw that way.
Yup,
It's like
yup.
Surtain.
And, you know, unless there's a break off, just luck play.
Yep.
He's shutting these guys down, man.
It's incredible.
He looks great. Like to the point where the highest receiving yards was Austin Eckler out of the backfield, 8 for 89.
And they're
Zach Ertz
pressuring
got
him a
the touchdown,
lot, so
but-
they have to dump it off.
Yeah. This is the first time they looked a little bit shaken. but they are playing. Who'd we say they were playing this week? It was an easy matchup.
Dallas.
Cowboys.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Bounce back.
So they'll have a good comeback. They'll get a comeback game right here, and they should be fine.
Yep.
Big bounce. Jalen Hurts is he's pissing me off. 18 for 28, 221, and of course a touchdown. It's just every week, and you sit there and they get to the 5, and your immediate thought is, "Ooh, Barkley points," and then you go, "Oh wait, no, it's the freaking Eagles, man."
But Barkley still got his.
Oh, he got plenty of points.
Barkley got his very late.
Oh, let me tell you something
quarter.
real quick. I was catching a flight to Nashville. My flight was delayed, so I'm like, oh my God. It was supposed to be 8 o'clock. I was like, perfect. I can watch the game. I'm watching the game, and I'm like 2 hours in, and the fourth quarter is like about to just be 5 minutes in, and then my plane takes off, and my phone cuts off. Like, fuck! And I couldn't see anything. I land in Nashville, and I look at my phone, and I see a 30 burger for Barkley, and I have him on 2 teams. So impressed.
Nice.
Unreal. It really was late in the game. 26 for 146, 2 touchdowns. That one break-off 40-yard run was ridiculous.
And his receiving,
he is
too,
so
is
revitalized.
Great. Love it.
Yeah, he caught for 52 yards. On 2 targets, he caught for 52 yards.
It's a monster.
He looks fantastic.
Great.
AJ had a down game, 5 for 65, no touchdowns. Dallas Goedert, 5 for 61. Devonta Smith, nowhere to be seen, found, or heard of. So he's hard, man. Like if AJ's there and Barkley's playing, like Devonta's just so far down now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough, but we shall see. But the Eagles look really good.
He's like the third read
Keep
now.
an eye out. Yeah, they look great.
He's getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Packers, Bears. This was a better game than anticipated. This was supposed to be Packers by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And 20-19, the Bears had a chance to win it, and the Packers blocked the field goal. The Bears fans are crying. They're in shambles,
It was great
man.
to see.
It's fantastic. The Bears haven't beat the Packers in
10.
2. How many?
10
games?
10 games.
Sounds about right.
That's terrible.
It's bad.
I was gonna say 2 years, but yeah. So Jordan Love actually had a pretty down game, 13-17 for 261, a touchdown, and a pick. The Bears defense is doing relatively well.
Yeah.
You know, like they only held him to 20 points, so like his stat line is better than how many they didn't get in the end zone, is what it was. The Bears red zone defense really kind of locked them down because they did not score a hell of a lot of points.
They didn't even have the ball a lot, it seems. They didn't even throw. Like, they only threw 17 times. I think that's Jordan Love's lowest, like, throwing game so far this year.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and he ran 4 for 18 and a touchdown,
Yeah,
so he actually did have a good
It's
week.
his lowest
But-
throwing game, completely.
Right. Josh Jacobs, 18 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
like we said, yeah, Josh Jacobs, right? The Bears' rush defense is their weak spot, and I think he kind of exploited it. And yeah,
100%.
didn't need to throw that
100%.
much.
Christian Watson,
Yeah.
4 for 150 yards.
Ooh.
So he is turned into the deep ball threat for sure.
Yeah,
He's the just down the sideline, go route, and toss the ball.
Teams got
Is
so
what
much
he's turned
talent.
into.
They got so much talent.
Yeah.
It's just a dart throw week to week. You don't know who's going to pop off.
it scares me.
Right. Yeah, Jaden Reed, they look good. Caleb, 23 of 31, 231, no picks.
Hey,
Ran for 70 yards.
Whoa.
He actually looked good. So, and against a good defense, too.
Yeah, but he wasn't pressured as much. Only 19 times.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's used to 40.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so no, they looked a lot better. So we'll see kind of how this all plays out, man. I mean, I haven't lost faith in Caleb. I know a lot of people are ready to bury the kid. It's like it's first 11 games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they had a bye week, so first 10 games in the give the kid 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, DeAndre Swift 14 for 71 on the touchdown. That's relatively okay. That'll work. This is where I hate the Bears. Rome 6 for 65. DJ 7 for 62. Cole Kmet 3 for 42. Keenan nowhere to be found, but like how
he was
can you?
He was targeted 8 times too.
Yeah, but he didn't catch. diddly shit though. But how do you know who to start and who not to? Like, it's going to be so difficult.
I don't know.
It's a crapshoot. You're literally just
Moore. I just hate starting him, but you got to start.
Yeah, but you have
This
to.
is how
he can
these
go off.
this year in general has been. A lot of teams with a lot of wide receiver weapons. It's just a dart throw. There's not a solidified wide receiver one in any of these teams, unless it was like the Texans, right? But now Diggs is hurt, and now it's Collins and Dell, and now you're looking at like someone like Dell who's also getting more work in too. Now it's just it's a crapshoot.
Well, it's
Dell should be doing better than what he's doing.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Definitely.
Dell has been such a letdown. It's pathetic.
It's bad. When he
But
had no one,
we'll
he had no competition, and he still
there.
couldn't break out.
Right. We'll get there. He just gets no separate. All right, we'll get there when we get to the Texans. But if you compare Nico to Tank and you watch them play, Tank has no separation, and Nico's like 6 miles ahead of the guy who's on him.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. All right, this game. If you like offense, this was the game for you, man. Jaguars 6, Detroit Lions 52, because they don't know what mercy is.
Love it.
They play till the clock hits 0. They don't take starters out. They don't run the ball just to kill time. They just keep going. So if you have anybody, which a lot of people do, in fantasy on this Lions team, congratulations. You got yourself a perfect match. Mac Jones was terrible, 17 of 29 for 138 and a pick. He's not good. Travis Etienne, 12 for 27. He's awful. He's the bust of the year by a lot.
Yeah.
He's so bad. Brian Thomas ran 1 for 4. He caught 5 balls for 82 yards, so fine, that's salvageable. Evan Ingram, nothing, 5 for 28. This offense will not run with Mac Jones.
How much do I owe you, Jimmy?
We'll see if Trevor
$5?
comes back this year. Yeah. Yeah. What was the bet, Pete?
It was who would have a better game, Jared Goff or Bo Nix? That ended up being really close.
That
but
was a hell of a lot closer than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Bo Nix looks great.
Yeah, he really. He
But
We'll get to that later.
yeah, we will. This team will not run with Trevor, and they haven't made a decision on whether he's going to play at all for the rest of the year. I honestly would just sit him. Season's lost. Why risk him getting even more hurt?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're 2-9.
Anyway, other side of the ball. Jared Goff, 24 of 29 for 412 and 4 touchdowns. Holy shit. They actually did put in Hendon Hooker at the very tail end of the game for 4 passing attempts. So they do take the foot off the gas, probably after the 2-minute warning. David Montgomery, 15 for 75, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 for 69 and a touchdown. Those two are a dead even split every week. They're both getting 1 touchdown and somebody is getting 2. It's ridiculous. I've never seen a split backfield work this well.
Yeah, it's
ever.
really good.
There was Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs, but this is better. I'll say.
Yeah, 15 years ago now.
Yeah, 15 years ago, yeah.
You know, it's
This
like
is,
you
like,
just never
crazy.
see this. This is significantly better than that was.
Yeah.
This is insane. Amon-Ra, always good for a touchdown. He's now on like 8 games in a row or something. 11 for 161 and 2 touchdowns.
11 targets, too. So he's
11 for
perfect.
11, right. He is unbelievable.
What a floor. What a great floor.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jamison Williams, 4 for 124 and a touchdown, just because he could also get a little bit. And Jahmyr Gibbs caught 1 ball for 54 yards. This offense is just nonstop. It's ridiculous. There's not much else to say.
It's a guilty pleasure for me to watch them. I'm a Viking fan. I don't hate the Lions, but it's nice to see them kind of pop after years and years of just being below
decades.
average.
Yeah, it's since Megatron, they haven't had anything happen.
Yeah,
They're a fun
hate
team to
I hate
watch.
Dan Campbell. But yeah, I hate Dan Campbell, but I love his coaching philosophy. I like
You
I
hate him
like
as a person, but he's a good coach.
all gas. I
He's
love
so good.
running up the score. I think
Yeah.
everyone should do it.
Yeah, and it makes it more fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's better for everybody. If someone gets hurt, then it's not good.
Yeah.
But there's that risk all the time. All right. We're going to speed this up now. We got to the good ones. Minnesota Vikings, 23 13 over the Tennessee Titans. They suck. Sam Darnold, 20 of 32, 246, 2 touchdowns. That works for me. Aaron Jones, 15 of 39. He had a real bad game. Cam Akers, 10 for 25, also had a bad game. Justin Jefferson, 6 for 81 and no touchdowns. So here's one that pisses me off. Where did Jordan Addison come from? 3 for 61 and a touchdown. Has been silent all year, and of course the week I play him.
Yep.
But what, like,
he did
Just
leave
get
with
that touchdown. That's it.
he had hamstring tightness.
yeah, that's because he hasn't been running the first 10 games of the season. Hawkinson also had a really down game. So it's not the Tennessee defense. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of scary. Will Levis, 17 of 31, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He doesn't look awful. He kind of looks like he might be working towards something. He looks better than Mac Jones.
Yes.
And he was pressured a lot.
So-
he was pressured a lot.
He was pressured a lot. He was pressured.
Vikings
Well,
defense,
that Vikings defense is insane.
Blitz heavy.
Yup. So we'll get to that for this week because that's going to make some big time waves. He ran for 18 yards. Tony Pollard had a really bad game. 9 for 15, and that is all she wrote. He's also on my roster.
Well, now Tajay Spears with his concussion. Tony Pollard should step it up next game.
I mean, Tajay only carried the ball 3 times, so I don't think it really
For
mattered.
0 yards.
Not this. Well, this game he got hurt, like we talked about. So
Unbelievable.
Still 3 for 0.
Westbrook Akine, 2 for 117 and 1 touchdown. Holy crap. That's amazing. Calvin Ridley, 4 for 58. Tyler Boyd, 2 for 34. Whoopie-doo. So, yeah, the Titans offense is trying to work it out. I don't know. And keep an eye on it. They don't look as bad as they could. But they're 2-8. So, at some point, they got to tank. Like, let it go. Raiders. Gardner Minshew, 30 for 43, 282, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. And he earned the chance to start again this week. So, I mean, their other options are really, it's Desmond Ridder, and that's it.
Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, like, what are you going to do?
It's
so
a
I guess
mess.
Minshew just keeps starting.
Bad.
It's bad. That whole coaching staff is gone after the year.
Yep, probably.
Hard reset next year. Jacoby, 1 for 20. That's a poo-poo, pachoo.
Rushing, yeah.
Madison and Zamir White both get hurt. So keep an eye on Abdullah. Check your waivers.
Yep.
See what happens. Brock Bowers, 13 for 126 and a touchdown. He is the offense. He's the only offense they got, which is kind of what we said at the beginning of the year. Go heavy on the Brock Bowers if you can, because that's all I got. Tua finally had a good game. 28 of 36, 288 and 3 touchdowns. About damn time. Achane, 17 of 73. He looked really good.
Love him.
Jonnu Smith. This is where this offense really sucks. Jonnu Smith, 6 for 101 and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 7 for 61 and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 for 37.
What is going on with Jalen Waddle?
I don't understand.
he's now the third receiver in this field, in this backfield.
He's droppable. Like, you can't play him. I don't know that I would drop him.
I wouldn't drop
can't drop
Jalen
him.
Waddle because God
But you
forbid
can't
something
start him
happens
right
to
now.
somebody like Hill or
Right.
somebody like that later on. But Achane's getting targets. It's a lot.
Mostert's also dead in the water. I think he was.
That's what I was worried of. I was worried Jalen Wright was
Yep.
going to come out, and I was right on that. I traded for Mostert.
No, I'm not worried about him either. But Mostert, I think, burned too bright last year.
All those
And
touchdowns,
that's
yeah.
all she wrote. He finished running back 2 last
Yeah.
year. He's ridiculous. But
so dumb.
he's also 32, I think. So
Old man.
Rams over the Patriots, 28-22. The Patriots actually put up a fight here, which was surprising. I thought this was going to be a low.
I was close to covering. I was so close.
You were. Matt Stafford just had a fantastic old school Stafford game. 18-27 for 295, 4 touchdowns. Oi, Puka and Cooper Kupp are still one of the best tandems in the league, dude.
Yes.
7 for 123 and a touchdown for Puka, 6 for 106 and 2 touchdowns for Cup.
Yep.
It's so ridiculous. And the fact that they got Puka for so cheap in the draft, it's unreal. Kyron, however, 15 for 86, no touchdowns again.
Not a bad stat line. Just
Not
can't
bad.
didn't get the tud again.
It's serviceable, but he can't get in.
We're just so used to him getting a touchdown every game.
Probably, yeah.
This is the
We're spoiled.
second game in a row now he didn't, right?
Yeah, second game in a row. Yep.
Yeah.
And we're spoiled, like Jimmy said. We're spoiled.
Yeah, because you're right. It's not a bad stat line. That's
No.
like good enough.
Yeah.
But when you got Kyron, you kind of expect giant numbers.
Yeah.
So Drake May, 30 of 40 for 282, 2 touchdowns and a pick. That might be his best stat line of the year.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he's got a future.
Definitely.
He really, really does. Ramondre, 20 for 73. Ramondre's efficiency is crap.
Oh yeah.
He's so touchdown dependent. It's kind of pathetic.
He gets the carries, though. That's the crazy thing. He gets so many freaking
gets them,
carries
but
on that team.
Yeah, he just doesn't go anywhere.
No.
His average is always less than 4 yards a carry. It's awful. Kendrick Bourne, 5 for 70 and a touchdown. Hunter Henry, 6 for 63. Not bad. It's one of those. Imagine if they actually had like a really solid receiver on this team. They would look good, Jacoby. But nah, it's good. The Patriots look like they have a future. Rams are winning games, which makes me sad. Next up, Browns, Saints. This is kind of what we expected. The Browns had their flair, and now they are back to being the Browns. Jameis Winston, 30 for 46, 395, and 2 touchdowns, and no picks.
Keep an eye on him on your
Which
waivers.
is crazy.
All the points they scored is his throwing.
Right.
Look how
Well,
much
that's
he
the
threw.
thing, they couldn't score any
He threw
points.
46 times.
46 times. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot
Because
of attempts.
Jameis Winston, when in doubt, he chucks it. He just throws it. And someone's going to get it.
Yep.
He's got good people out there to catch it, in my opinion.
When he's like the opposite of a regular quarterback. When you get pressured in the pocket, you look for the check down. When he gets pressured in the pocket, he chucks that bitch as far as he can. Like
But he checks
it's
it
kind of
down
crazy.
too, though. He checks it down too.
Occasionally he
He
does,
does.
but he really does love throwing that thing up. Nick Chubb, 11 for 50. He had a down game. Jerry Jeudy, however, 6 for 142 and a touchdown. That's fantastic. And it's going to give people faith in Jerry Jeudy, which I think is...
That long ball was the one.
It was.
one
It was a
breakaway
90-yard long
one,
ball.
yeah.
So don't put your faith in Jerry Jeudy. I don't think it's safe.
I mean, with
Elijah
him
Moore's-
throwing 46 times, you're going to have to take a shot on one of them.
Yeah, but you
If
take
they're
that
out
90
there.
long ball off. You take that 90 off, you're only at 50 yards.
With a touchdown. And 11 targets.
I mean, it's safe. It's safe-ish.
Yeah.
Njoku, 9 for 81. He is fine to play at tight end. He's pretty safe.
Serviceable.
Elijah Moore, 6 for 66 and a touchdown. Saints. Derek Carr, 21 to 27, 248, 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty standard Derek Carr game. We're going to skip over the boy right now because I want to let Pete have this.
Oh yeah.
Alvin Kamara, 6 for 67. MVS, 2 for 87 and a touchdown. And then Taysom Hill. Pete, you can have this.
Taysom Big Boy Hill. 7 carries, 138 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Whew. And then he got, on top of that, 8 receptions for 50 yards. But he did throw a pick, but still, we got 37 points. He does it all. But again, it's boom or bust. And I told everyone, Taysom Hill, I feel it. He's going to have a boom game. And he
It's
did.
a big boom.
Him and Kamara, the whole offense.
Literally,
Yep,
it's
yep.
100%.
So,
You know how high Taysom Hill ended this week in terms of quarterback?
how?
You quarterback? How
He's
high?
quarterback
Third.
2.
2. Just below Goff.
Yep.
He's quarterback 2, and he threw the ball twice for 18
Cheat
yards. That's insanity. He's such a cheat code.
He's so old too. He's like 32 or 33 or something.
Yeah, man.
But hey,
he's gotta
I'll
fall
take
off
it.
eventually. But you know what? I don't see them winning any kind of Super Bowl. So if that's what he gets for his career, just being a
Swiss Army knife.
everything player, yep, good for him, man. That's something you could take home.
Oh yeah.
I almost bought a helmet
Colts?
with his name on it, and it says Swiss Army knife.
I would. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Colts have put the Jets to bed for the season. It's over. The Jets have fired their GM. It's done. They're selling the season. We'll see what happens in the offseason. They may just total reset. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. But the Colts definitely put their season to bed.
Yep.
Anthony Richardson actually had a really good game. And that's scary because that means he might actually have it. They just got to figure out a way to unlock it, or this was a fluke. Good luck figuring that out. 20 of 30, 272, 1 touchdown. And what I will say is the Jets defense has a name for being a good defense, but since they fired Saleh, they have been awful.
Yep.
Did you hear what they're doing? The coaching staff is showing videos to the cornerbacks saying this is how you tackle, like old school tackling videos. And Sauce Gardner is not happy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I bet.
So funny.
It's ridiculous. So with Anthony Richardson playing well, Jonathan Taylor suffers. 24 carries, 57 yards. With the efficiency is terrible. That's not going to make it work because he did get 24 carries. But with Richardson there, the passing game completely goes away for Taylor. Richardson also runs the ball, 10 for 32, 2 touchdowns. So that's also Johnny Taylor points in any other game. He's sniping them.
Yep.
Josh Downs, 5 for 84 and a touchdown. Alec Pierce, 3 for 74. Michael Pittman, 5 for 40. What is
I
happening
don't know what's happening.
with Michael
He came
Pittman?
back from his
On
back
paper,
injury, and I don't know if they limited his snaps. I doubt it. But, I mean, he's definitely getting a top coverage.
he got more targets than the other two guys.
What?
He got more targets than Downs and Pierce.
Yeah, but he's probably getting the top coverage still, like Sauce or something.
Yeah, which is fair. But Pittman has been very... on paper, he's the best receiver.
Yeah,
But
but he might be droppable if Richardson keeps playing.
This year he might be.
He's definitely questionable start.
Josh Downs is the number
you gotta
one
have
wide
cojones.
receiver on that team.
You know what? On paper,
Right now,
he's not,
he is.
but performance-wise,
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. On paper, it should be Pittman without a question,
Yeah,
but that's not what's happening.
Yeah, Josh Downs is weekly outperforming him.
Yep. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 29, 184, 2 touchdowns. So he actually didn't suck.
No, not bad.
Breece Hall, 16 for 78 and a touchdown. That will work. Devontae Adams, 6 for 72. Breece Hall caught 7 balls for 43 yards and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, dead. 4 for 18. No good.
Not good.
No good. I think this is going to be it doesn't really matter. The season's over for them, but this is what it's going to be, is a Devontae game or a Garrett game. I don't think it can ever be both.
Nope.
So you take that risk when you play. Now, this is the one. Pete, you called this, didn't you?
What? The Steelers are gonna win?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ravens, Steelers. Ravens lose 16 to 18. They shook Lamar up. That defense is no joke. The Steelers defense, they shook Lamar up. 16 for 33, 207, a touchdown and a pick. He only rushed for 46 yards, which for him is really bad.
Contained him.
They contained him. They kind of contained Derrick Henry. 13 for 65. If he didn't get that touchdown, you're talking Derrick Henry had a bad week.
Yep.
Touchdown saved them. Isaiah Likely, 4 for 75. Zay Flowers, 2 for 39, a touchdown, and a drop that lost them the game.
Yeah.
They hit him in the chest, literally. Just wasn't keeping his eye on the ball.
Yeah. I mean that Zay Flowers touchdown was super late in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, because the opponent I had Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson. When I saw that, it's like a dagger in my heart.
Yeah, Zay Flowers, that drop was like, wow.
Egregious. That's
Oh, yeah.
that you can't drop that ball. That hit him right in the tits.
Those are the two things that I saw in
And
this
he
game
just
that I hated was
took his eye
that
off.
and the Russell Wilson interception. Like throwing it in the end zone, I was like, what the frig are you doing?
That was terrible. Russ, 23 of 36, 205 and a pick. He had a bad game. He had a really bad game. Honestly, this whole offense didn't play that well. I think the defense, 100%, is why they won this game.
Defense, coaching, and special teams.
Yep. Najee, 18 of 63. Yeah. The Steelers are a sleeper team this year. They might not be a sleeper anymore, but like...
Been saying it.
Yeah. Yep.
Love the Steelers.
He called that.
The Steelers.
Jalen Warren, 9 for 41. George Pickens is so much better with Russ, man. 8 for 89. That will work. He didn't get a touchdown, but like most other defenses, he gets a touchdown. Yep. So that will work. Najee also caught 4 balls for 30 yards. So that's your upset of the week. The Steelers look really good. The Ravens have kind of shown that they have weakness, which is there's only one team left that has not shown any weakness, and that would be the Lions. Every other team has had flaws. Okay. Now, this one. Falcons 6, Broncos 38.
Another defensive game.
Bo Nix, 28 of 33 for 307 and 4 touchdowns. Holy crap. He has more touchdowns than Jaden. Do you know that?
Did not know that.
He has more touchdowns than Jaden. He's like a sleeper rookie of the year
pick
right now.
He's on fire right now.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and the Falcons have a good defense, at least.
But the Broncos have a good defense too. That's the thing.
Both of them, yeah.
The
Both of them
Broncos
should have a good
really-
defense. Matt Judon on the Falcons. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta look at the game.
Javonte, this is where this is going to be rough. And Sean Payton loves using a lot of players. So predicting this backfield is going to be impossible, so don't try. Javonte, 9 for 59 and a touchdown. Audric Estime, which everyone dropped all their fab on, 6 for 16.
That's me!
It's just, and it's going to flip next week.
Yep.
You just never, it could be Jaleel next week. You never know with these guys.
I always think Javonte is going to be the safest option if you're going to pick anybody.
Yeah, it's just,
it's unfortunate, but you don't want to really pick anybody, but he's the safest option.
No. Cortland Sutton has been unlocked by Bo Nix, 7 for 78, which is not great, but it's when you look at what Cortland Sutton did last year and years prior, this is unbelievable.
Great floor. Love the floor.
Yeah.
Sutton.
Humphrey stole a touchdown too.
Yep.
But no, they look great. They really do. It's really kind of cool to see what Sean Payton has done with this team in 2 years. They look fantastic. Bo Nix was the pick. Now, Kirk Cousins, 18 of 27, 173 and a pick. That's about as bad as you get. So bad that they put Michael Penix in the game.
Sacked 3 times, pressured 21 times.
I mean, we said it, right? Kirk Cousins out of his comfy dome, right? He's going to Denver.
That's what happens every time.
Oh, man, we shouldn't.
He's a dome quarterback.
He's a dome boy.
He's a dome quarterback.
Sean Payton also has their number.
Bijan got shut down. 12 for 35, caught 4 balls for 28. He got shut down.
Denver D.
And so did everybody else. Drake London, 3 for 61. Ray, 6 for 46. Kyle Pitts, nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
They just got torched.
Glad to see
we'll
Darnell
see
Mooney
if they can
healthy,
bounce back.
though.
Yeah, because he had the injury scare. He should be okay. They're saying it's not a big deal. This one we're going to gloss over real quick because I have fucking anger issues.
Yeah.
The Seahawks beat the Niners 20-17 in the fourth quarter because Nick Bosa goes down. That's all she wrote.
Or is it because Geno Smith took the game in his own hand and said, "I'm gonna do it myself"?
Eric, when did Geno Smith take the game into his own hand?
Bad numbers.
At the end,
after Bosa goes down.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
It's not an excuse. Go look at the game. They didn't score a touchdown until Bosa goes down.
I know.
I'm panicked.
I'm done. There's too many injuries to play. It's on the whole defense. The offense can do whatever they can do, but the defense, there's too many injuries. So yeah, the Niners are gonna have a rough one coming up here. They're playing the Packers next too, so it's like Geno, 25 of 32, 221 and a pick. He didn't have a good game up until the end. He ran 4 times for 30 yards and the game-winning touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 14 of 54. He relatively got shut down. Had a touchdown to pad his stats. DK, 7 for 70. Lockett out. JSN has taken that job from him. I keep saying it. 10 for 110. So JSN looks really good. Brock, 21 to 28, 159, a touchdown and a pick. Not a good game. Christian McCaffrey, 19 for 79. Brock ran 1 ball in for a touchdown, which saved his week if you have him as fantasy. Juwan Jennings, 10 for 91 and a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey also caught 4 balls for 27 yards. Debo, 4 for 22, and that's it.
I'm hearing rumors Debo's going to be walking.
Hey, Debo's going to be out.
Juwan Jennings.
I think Juwan Jennings fits perfectly.
Pickup of the year?
Probably. Well, with Ayuk out, yeah. 100%. But here's the issue with this one. Ayuk's gone for the year. Kittle was out this week.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where Debo should be going off, and he's not. So I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, this sucks.
I was down on Debo earlier
can't
on
be
in the
your
year
year every
too.
year.
I just didn't have a feeling on him. Ayuk, I had faith in, and then he, of course, got hurt.
He gets bashed in the knee by the Chiefs. Kind of hate the Chiefs.
I hate him.
That's such a low tackle for no reason, too.
Jennings right now is number 19 overall on wide receivers this year so far.
Yeah, Brock loves Jennings. Every 3rd and long goes to Jennings. Like almost everyone.
Is Brock Purdy injured?
Yes. Well, not really. He's got a sore right shoulder, which is his throwing shoulder. So he's day-to-day. He's probably going to play through it, but keep an eye on it.
Yep.
All right. This is my favorite thing ever. The Chiefs have been exposed. First time they play a well-coached, healthy, very good football team, and they lose. Contrary to the refs' attempts, because there were some. Patrick Mahomes, 23 of 33, 196, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. I don't like it. I don't care that he threw 3 touchdowns. That sucks. That's not good. Kareem Hunt shut down, 14 for 60. That's it. Xavier Worthy, 4 for 61 and 1 touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 3 for 29. Travis Kelce, dead in the water.
Oh my God, yeah, tell me about it.
Bills locked him up.
Like, his backup tight end got all the touchdowns and all the targets. Kelce, just nothing.
That was Noah Gray's first double touchdown game.
Right. Noah Gray looked good, man. I think Kelce will play next year. But I think this is the last chance you have at value for Kelce. I think people will still take him next year for name value, but it's going to be the bust of the year.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
I don't see him living up to it. Josh Allen wins the game with his feet on 4th and 2. Oh, made me so happy to watch. 27 of 40, 262, a touchdown and a pick. He ran 12 times for 55 yards and a game-winning touchdown. James Cook, 9 for 20, but 2 touchdowns. So just goal line runs.
Yep.
The receivers are very, 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 very hard to predict here. Shakir, 8 for 70. Curtis Samuel, 5 for 58 and a touchdown. Amari Cooper, 2 for 55. Kincaid was hurt. Knox had nothing. Coleman was hurt. So when you have those guys back, this receiving core is going to be very hard to predict.
I don't think so. I think Khalil Shakir is the number 1 wide receiver in Buffalo. He's shown it week in and week out.
I agree. I think he's probably number 1, but other than that, who else? I can't trust.
You can't trust the number 2, and even at number 1, I don't know that he's not a surefire lock to win you a week every week, is what I'm saying.
No.
He's going to have down weeks. As a flex, I think he has a safe floor.
Really?
Wide receiver 3.
Yeah. Flex. I don't know that he will be a safe.
He's 21 on the year. Wide receiver 21 on the year so far.
Okay.
I think that's wide receiver 2.
It's
It's wide receiver 2 material.
Yeah, he's a back half too.
But they also had no buys yet, so this is their bye week.
Right. So they're inflated a little bit. All right. Next up, Bengals Chargers. Dude,
Good
Jim
game.
Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh.
It's amazing what a coach can do.
Give him maybe. Nah, you can't give him coach of the year. Not when the Steelers doing what the Steelers doing.
Unlocked Herbert.
You know what I
They
mean?
let him throw.
Yeah.
They're letting him throw.
He unlocked Herbert. He unlocked him. Now, granted, Herbert 17 of 36, which is not great, but on 17 throws, 297 and 2 touchdowns. Or completions, 297.
And he's using his legs now. He's finally healthy enough to run again, like he used to.
Rushed for 65 yards, which is hurting Dobbins and Edwards quite a bit. Dobbins 11 for 56, Gus Edwards 6 for 27. The only thing with Dobbins is he is the goal line back, so he did get 2 touchdowns. So your fantasy stats are happy, but as far as yardage goes, if Herbert keeps doing this, it's gonna hurt the yardage. Can we talk about Ladd McConkey? My goodness. 6 for 123. He didn't get a touchdown because Disley and Huge got the touchdowns.
Huge.
But Ladd McConkey looks really nice. Really nice. I think they finally have a pretty good receiving core figured out. Like, who's the guy, who's his 2. They got a good tight end. They look good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, Jim Harbaugh, congratulations. You've turned this team around
Yeah.
when nobody thought it was going to get turned around, especially after you sold your 2 receiver, Mike Williams and
I
Keenan.
had faith. I had faith.
And Eckler.
I thought they'd be better. I didn't think they'd be this good.
Right. Yeah,
Crazy.
no, I agree with that. I thought they'd be better because Jim Harbaugh is a great coach.
Yeah.
But for them to turn it around in the past 4 or 5 weeks,
Incredible.
because they didn't start off great.
No, but they have a
But
great
the past 4 or 5
defense.
weeks.
And that defense is
God.
great, too. Yeah. I'm excited for
Yeah.
next week. The Harbaughs going against each other.
Yep.
That's always fun. I do enjoy that. Joe Burrow did have himself a game, though. 28 for 50, 356, and 3 touchdowns.
Joey B.
Joey B is a
He's the
monster.
best quarterback that can't win games.
He's the first
It's
quarterback
so
in
sad.
history to have 3 games where he's thrown over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and lost each game.
Lose all 3.
He's the first quarterback in history.
I'm bitching about my 49ers right now. The Bengals fans are probably in shambles because they're playing really well. They just keep losing games.
Best 4-7 team of all time.
It's ridiculous. Chase Brown, 22 for 86. That will work. He is the guy there. 100%. He caught 5 balls for 57 yards. He's their back. He's 100% their back. T. Higgins is back. First game back. 9 for 148 and a touchdown. T. freaking Higgins, man.
He almost had
Which,
that
when
ending
T.
touchdown,
Higgins is-
too.
Right. And here's the thing. When T. Higgins is involved, it opens up Jamar Chase. 7 for 75 and 2 touchdowns. When those 2 are on the field together, it works so much better.
Each got 13 targets. That's crazy.
Yep. They look so good. It's just sad because T's not going to be there next year. They can't afford him. They can't afford him. That's sad. But
They might make it work. We'll see.
they might. I don't know how they would do it. I think they have a real salary cap issue.
Might have to
Like a
restructure some
significant one.
contracts.
No, we'll see how it goes. All right, Monday Night Football will hit really quick because this is exactly how we all thought this was going to go. The Texans beat the crap out of the Cowboys, 34-10. The Cowboys look awful, and that's how it's going to be the remainder of the year. They may not win a game again. They have a chance at the Giants, but that's it. CJ Stroud, 23 of 34, 257, and a pick. Ran for 26 yards. It's
It's a bad game.
kind of scary.
Bad game.
Kind of scary. I don't like he was playing so lights out at the beginning of the year. That might be the issue now, is like we're going, what happened?
I mean,
Maybe he's just come back down to earth.
you're not throwing a touchdown against this Cowboy defense. It's not that good.
Yeah, that's a problem. But Joe Mixon ran for 3 touchdowns.
Stud. Yeah,
He's
You know,
the
28.
highest scoring per game running back in fantasy right now.
He's a running back 1 right now
Is he?
on the year.
No,
Yep.
he's running back
20
5.
for 109. On what?
Running back 5 in player rank. In terms of points per game, he's number 1.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy, he's number
20
5.
for 109, 3 touchdowns. Oh, overall. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, with running back.
Yeah. Nico, first game back, 4 for 54. But it is his first game back off a hammy, so he's going to take him a minute. So I give him next week. However, if you watch this, he looks so much better than Tank Dell. He's getting yards of separation.
He's also 7 inches taller.
Tank Dell. He is 7 inches taller. And Tank Dell, if you don't put that ball right on him, it could be a pick very easily. He's not getting separation. They both 4 for 54, but you can kind of tell the difference between the two.
That height difference is a big thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is. When you got a short guy like that, you expect him to be fast as hell to make up the difference, Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Rush. This is kind of funny. 32 for 55, 32 of 55 for 354. So he threw a lot of damn yards to only get 10 points. Touchdown on a pick. He threw enough that CD had a serviceable game, 8 for 93. Turpin, 3 for 86. Shoemaker, after Fergie goes down, 6 for 56. Nah. Rico may have just lost his job, however. 10 for 28. Yeah, not good. They don't have a running back on that team.
Nope.
They really don't. Like, Rico's a good backup, but he's like Tony Pollard, man. Like, when Pollard got the backfield in Dallas, he wasn't good enough to be the one. They haven't had a rush game in years.
I still think I'd go Rico over Zeke and Deuce Vaughn.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, overall, they need help at the running back position.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all she wrote for the Week 11 review, man. We hit the exact same time we always do. Damn it. Nah, it's good. It's a lot of games. A lot happens, man. But it was a fun week. A couple upsets. A couple things made us happy. A couple things made us sad. Nikki Bosa. But that's all she wrote. So I guess let's let Petey get into his picks here and talk about the betting.
Yep.
And making the monies. Go ahead, bud.
Let's do it.
Over-unders and bets of the week.
Hey everyone. We go 1-2 last week, which is not what I want, to be.
Ranch.
So even though I went 1-2 of my pick 3, I went 10-4 overall with Jimmy, actually, same record for the picks. So I really got unlucky here, but I gotta repent for my sins, and I got this wasabi sauce.
Oh no!
So I'm not like too bad with spice, but I never tried this before, so we'll see how this one goes. It shouldn't be good. It didn't smell good. Oh. You can see it.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that.
There you go.
Oh, he win.
Hold it.
You can do it, buddy.
Taste the flavor. Get in those gums.
Oh man.
It smells like farts. Oh. Okay.
Drink some water. God.
Alright, it's not that bad.
Oh wow.
It's not good. I'm crying a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not that bad. Okay. So back to the picks.
That's so much better than the fucking ranch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm never gonna use that for anything else. So, yeah. Let's recap the games. Ravens at Steelers. We got Steelers plus 3.5. They won outright, just like we thought they would. Thank you, Boswell. He went perfect. He went what was it? 5 for 5, right? Oh,
yeah.
6 for 5. 6 or 6, right?
Yep.
6.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 or 6. Crazy game. I want to ban kickers from fantasy because that shouldn't determine
Hey, that's my kicker.
week. I have
agree.
it too in a different league, but I don't like it. So
Nope.
that's a win. That's our only win. The next game we got Bears minus 5.5. Sorry, Packers minus 5.5 at Bears. The Packers only win by 20-19. Kind of a letdown. I thought they'd win by more. So yeah, we lose that one. And then our last pick was Chiefs plus 2.5 at Bills. The Bills ended up winning 21-30. We looked good most of the game. It was a close game, but Josh Allen just, went Superman on us, and they beat the fraudulent Chiefs. I will lose money to watch the Chiefs lose. That's fine. So we end up 15 for 15, and I'm tired of being even. I'm tired of being pedestrian. So we're going to pick 5 games this week. Let's go. First game.
Wasabi.
No more wasabi. First game, we got Buccaneers -5.5 of the Giants. Give me the Buccaneers all day. Tommy DeVito is starting for these New York Football Giants, and as we alluded to, we know the Giants are tanking this game and the rest of the season. Mike Evans is coming back. The Bucs are coming back from a bye. They feel refreshed. Baker Mayfield is light years beyond Tommy DeVito. And a fun fact, the Giants have failed to cover the last 5 games. And the Buccaneers are just a great team. I mean, I love what Baker Mayfield is doing. It's like a Cinderella story, you know, and I'm all for it. The Giants are going to lose this game on purpose. 5.5 is too low. I got this line at 3 on Monday before the whole DeVito thing was announced.
Nice.
So, yeah, and I got lucky there. I put 25 on it. But yeah, give me the Bucs -5.5. My next game, I try not to be biased. I try not to pick this team. But I'm going my Minnesota Vikings -3 at Chicago. So this is all matchup based, right? The Vikings run defense will stop DeAndre Swift, and they will make Caleb Williams win the game, which he has not really yet done. I mean, he had a few games where he kind of looked like he kind of took control, but not many. The Vikings have the 3rd most sacks, and the Bears rank 31st in sacks given up. Those 2 numbers are lopsided. Van Ginkel will have a great day and will get in the face of Caleb Williams. Harrison Smith will get a pick. So, yeah, I think the Vikings, this number's too low. The Vikings will rattle Caleb Williams. I don't care if it's at Soldier Field. It doesn't matter. So, fun fact, the favorites have covered the last 6 games at Chicago. The Vikings are favorite. They should cover. This line should be 5-6, in my opinion, not 3. Okay, my third pick. A little spicier. I know people don't like taking underdogs, and I usually don't either, but I'm taking the Tennessee Titans +8.5 at Houston. It's a divisional game. It's in a dome. The Texans, as we saw, the number was deceiving. It was like, what was it? 37-10? Or 20, yeah, one of those. I think it was 37.
Yeah.
It wasn't that impressive of a win. The number looks big, but the Cowboys were in the game, you know, they weren't too far out of the game until like the special teams touchdown. They didn't look that good. Stroud didn't have a touchdown. He threw a pick. I mean, I'm not really sold on the Texans, even though I picked them to go all the way this year. And let's not sleep on that Titans defense. They are ranked number 1. I repeat, number 1 in pass defense. Great number. And they're 12th in the run defense. So Mixon might get a touchdown, but I don't think he'll get the touchdowns he got yesterday against Dallas. So in a close divisional game, I'm going to take the 8.5 points with Tennessee. Like we said before, Will Levis, he's always good for a pick, but he's getting better. And I think these Titans need to prove something. They're not tanking. They want to prove that, hey, I'm the coach, I'm the quarterback, go forward with me. They still lose the game, but I think it's close. Now, my next pick is a little spicy, a little picante, a little wasabi. We got Chiefs at Panthers. Panthers +11. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. People call me crazy, but the Chiefs play down to the level of their opponent. The Panthers are coming off a fresh bye, right? They're getting their running back, Jonathan Brooks is going to come into the game. Thielen might come in and play. It's at Carolina. The Chiefs had an early bye, so they're not rested really. They had rest early. Now they're kind of, getting hit in the jaw by the Bills, and Mahomes not looking like the Mahomes that we're used to. I think the Panthers keep this close. I really do. I think Chuba might get a touchdown in this game. So yeah, give me the Panthers +11. I feel comfortable. I think the Chiefs will win by 7 to 10 maybe, but not 11. 11's too much. Give me the Panthers. My last game. We got Ravens -3 at the Chargers. And I give credit to the Chargers. They're having a great, great year so far. I'm really impressed with what Herbert's doing. A lot of the coaching changes were great. I think the running game is solid. Defense has been amazing. But the Ravens got punched in the mouth by the Steelers. And great teams like this, they bounce back. So in prime time, Lamar Jackson is a different animal. I expect him to go crazy and cover this 3-point spread. The Ravens covered the spread in their last 12 games after losing a divisional game. They just lost a close, heart-wrenching divisional game to the Steelers. I expect them to bounce back and beat the Chargers. Derrick Henry will finally penetrate this Charger defense that's been great all year, but you cannot cover Derrick Henry. You cannot cover Lamar Jackson. You got to pick one. So I'm going with the Ravens -3. So guys, I know it's a lot to digest, and I know I'm trying to digest that wasabi, but quick rundown. What do you guys think of the Bucks and the Giants pick? Bucks -5.5.
I'd take that all day long. That's not even a question in my mind.
That's the most confident one I'm in.
Like, that's not even a
Next
thought.
to the Vikings. They're both of my top confident
Anybody who
ones.
has Malik Neighbors, you're about to get beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eric.
All right, so we're all cool with that. The Vikings -3 at Bears. How are we thinking? What are we thinking about
Same
that?
thing. Great.
Yep, same thing. Confident. The Vikings defense is going to plaster Caleb. And when he's pressured like that, he has not played well. And he's about to get pressured like that.
Yes.
So,
Brian Flores smells that blood in the water.
oh yeah, and Swift is not a good enough running back to do anything.
So, yep, we're comfortable, very comfortable. Now we're getting to the dogs. And I know
Yeah, these
people
next
are
three are
afraid
spice.
of the dogs. Titans +8.5 at Texans.
I think it's too many points.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Yeah, I'm leaning to agree with you. I think it's too many points. I think it. God, I'm just thinking 10. I'm thinking 10, and that would. This one's not as easy.
It's just a touchdown
'cause
and a
the
field goal.
Texans- Right. The Texans could very easily.
Wait, you
Yeah.
with me or against me? Because you guys,
I'm debating.
I'm against you. I'm against
I'm with
you.
you. You know what? I'm
Eric's
with
against
you
me.
here.
I'm
I think
with you. I'm with you. I'm
Fairbairn
with you.
is going to actually get like 2 or 3 field goals. That'll bring it up to like 6 over. And I think there's going to be a touchdown over asking.
that Titans defense, don't sleep on it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think Stroud, Collins, Mixon, they'll produce. They're good against wide receivers. Yes, that Titans defense. But I don't remember how healthy they are, but I think someone was hurt recently. I have to look into that again. I think that's part of why they didn't do well last week. But I don't know. I just have a feeling the Texans are going to bounce back from, doing great this week.
But that they didn't like the numbers look great.
Oh no,
Like,
I'm
the
not
score
basing
looked
off
great.
of. I'm not basing off of this week.
Okay, but you just said that they played great this week.
And they're going to play great again next week, and
Okay.
probably even better because the Titans.
I
I think Will Levis is going to, throw another interception like he used to do because the Texans
sure.
do have an underrated defense as well.
They didn't. I mean, I watched that entire game. It was close. It was relatively close until the end, right? When the kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
wasn't
got
impressed
outta
with the
hand.
Texans.
So let me just say, against
No, they didn't look great.
the Texans against Detroit only allowed what, like 26 points.
Yeah.
That's against the Lions.
Right.
Okay. I think that's telling. It's
It's a visual game.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
I feel like no one's
This one's
comfortable
really
with
hard.
dogs.
This one's hard. This one's. I'll take your side just because it is a bit, but I could also see the Texans just blowing them out. So like, this one's
So
tough.
Jimmy's iffy. I'm with the Titans. Eric's with the Texans. So that's what I'm getting out of that, which is
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
Next one is Chiefs at Panthers. Panthers +11. I know it's scary.
It's a lot
Join
of
me.
points
The Chiefs
again,
will win,
but
but they
I
don't kill anyone.
I
they don't
agree
win.
on that. I
So-
think the Chiefs aren't that
How
great
much-
against, the passes recently.
Hold on. Let me look something up.
You know who I think is going to have a really good game this game, and he's underrated completely? The tight end, Sanders.
Okay.
on Carolina, Jatavian Sanders, JT.
Yeah. Wow.
He's quiet the last 2 weeks. He's had very good games that he's played. He only had 2 targets week 10 against the Giants, but the Giants defense is, pretty good against tight ends. And week 9, he had 5 targets for 87 yards. And week 10, he had the 2 targets, but he also had that touchdown. Bryce Young's actually been playing better than he looked earlier in the season. I do have a little bit more faith in the Panthers this week to cover that 11 because that's a lot of points.
I think you're right. Bryce Young is playing better. His confidence is up. Confidence is big for a quarterback. I think he's happy now. He's smiling. He got a taste of being benched, and now he doesn't want to go back there. I think 11.
I agree with that.
A lot of points.
I agree with that. And here's what I just looked up. The Chiefs have not won a game by more than 11 points, except for one time.
Yep.
And that was against the Saints when they didn't have Derek Carr.
Yep. I just read. Had that. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I wrote that down too. Chiefs haven't won by 10 plus since week 5. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So I'm confident in it. I know it's crazy.
Yeah. God, the schedule really. What do you want to? All right, we got 2 minutes. Week 1, Ravens. They win by 7. Fine. Week 2, Bengals. They win by 1, and that was a field goal. Week 3, they beat the Falcons by 5. Week 4, they beat the Chargers, who at that point had yet to do anything. Week 6, they get the Saints, who didn't have Derek Carr, or Shaheed, or Olave. Week 7, Niners. The only starter was Jennings. CMC out, Kittle out, Debo out, Ayuk out. Week 8, Raiders. Beat them by 7. Raiders are a terrible team. They should be blowing out the Raiders. Buccaneers, they beat by 6. And there was what was with that game? That was there's something with that one. I don't remember. I feel like they got lucky on that one.
They did. There was a missed call, I think.
That was the missed holding call. And then Broncos, they at the field goal down. So they win by 2. 14-16. And they just lost to the Bills. So, A, fraudulent team.
Oh, yeah.
B, they're not beating anybody. Like, they're not blowing anybody out at all. Like, even the Saints, they only won by 13. That's not even 2 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, with who was it? Spencer Rattler, right? Or was it the other guy? It was the other guy. I forgot his name.
Oh, man.
What?
Oh, it's going to bother me.
I don't
I'll look
remember.
it up.
Yeah, you're going to have to check that one. But, yeah.
Oh,
so, they haven't... They just...
It's so forgettable.
So bad. But,
Myers?
yeah, I'm with you.
That wasn't.
I'm with you.
I'm sorry. I got to look. Jake Hayner.
Jake Hayner.
Oh, it was Hayner. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So.
No, yeah, I'm with you, though.
Yeah, I mean... And then...
If the only team that they've beat by more than 11 is the Saints with Hayner at quarterback, they didn't even beat the Raiders by more than 7. Like,
yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but yeah, definitely fraudulent. I'm turning. Like, I know you were super against the Chiefs, but now I kind of am too. So, yeah, 11's too much. So that's what I'm saying. And my last pick, this one is going to be... It's my least favorite pick, but I'm going Ravens -3 at Chargers for everything I said. I think they bounce back. I think the Ravens bounce back from losing to the Chiefs.
I do too.
Not the Steelers. Sorry.
No, I do too. I think they bounce back. The Chargers aren't gonna keep them to 3.
Sure about that?
You know what I mean? Like they're
sure about that?
Yeah. They're gonna at least win by a touchdown.
I don't know. Baltimore's not been great against receivers, and what has Justin Herbert been doing? Throwing the ball, and they are at home. I have, I think it's gonna be 3.5. I think it's gonna be 4 points. They're gonna win by 4. No, I think Chargers might just win. That's all we need.
No,
I think Chargers might win this.
Why get so many primetime games at home? What's with the Chargers?
I don't know, but John Harbaugh beats the crap out of Jim. He always does.
Pete says he's not a conspiracy theorist, and this is a new team that Jim has now, and this might break that. So
Derrick Henry is better than J.K. Dobbins.
Against the Chargers. Okay, hold on. Against the Chargers defense, who ranks 30th against running backs?
Derrick Henry doesn't matter. Derrick Henry doesn't really matter.
No.
I mean, Derrick Henry had a bad game last week, and he went, 10 for 60 or something and a touchdown?
Yeah, and that was one of his worst games of the year.
I think the Steelers' defense is better than the Chargers.
Ravens will cover this.
No, the Steelers' defense isn't better than the Chargers against the run. They are not.
They're better defense overall,
this is the next best defense he versed was Week 1 Kansas City against the run.
Yeah, but Week 1 you can't even use because the first 4 games you can't really even use.
I just don't know. I have an inkling that the script has been written.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so we're taking the Ravens. Eric, you can have your Chargers.
I am.
All right, cool. So, Eric, since you're on a roll, you want to get into your waivers?
Sure. Let's do it.
Go nuts, bud. Do it up.
Weekly picks.
So, we are approaching another week. Week 12. The waiver wires are getting thinner and thinner, but if you have people who are dumb enough in your league to drop people to pick up others, because there are a lot of bye weeks coming up, do it. Go out and get those people. Someone might drop Bo Nix. Go snag him. Someone might even drop, like Jimmy said, Jalen Waddle. I would grab him. A lot of people who also might be out there are the Packers. You know, I've been saying it all year long. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. If someone's dumb enough to drop them, grab them. I'd even pick up let's start with the quarterback. I'm getting ahead of myself. Get excited. So the quarterbacks. This is the only time that you can buy low one last time on Anthony Richardson. If he's out there, you're going to get him. If he has that rushing upside against any team, he can run. He can run. Just as we said before, Jonathan Taylor gets hurt by this, and Anthony Richardson's legs bring him to increased production. Week 1, he produced similar numbers as he did last week. Drake May is another great option, and Jameis Winston. Like we said before, Jameis Winston is chucking that ball to his receivers. You want a piece of that. Taysom Hill. If he's out there, good luck. Grab him. That's a little sneaky one, quarterback, tight end combo. And the deeper ones, Tommy DeVito's got a really easy schedule coming up. We don't know how he's going to play. If you really are desperate, grab Tommy DeVito, grab a Derek Carr, Bryce Young. Those are the kind of people that you want on your bench if you are approaching a bye week and you need a filler and everyone else is taken. I wouldn't put fab on those guys. I only put fab on maybe Anthony Richardson if you need him, and definitely Bo Nix. But after them, I wouldn't touch the others unless after waivers clear. Running backs is another lull week on running backs. It's still handcuff season. The only one I might put a little fab on, and I'm talking very tiny, is Amir Abdullah. If the injuries are going to be like that with Zamir White and Madison on the Raiders. But I think personally still the top ones that I would still look out for are your handcuffs. Gus Edwards, Cam Akers, Trey Benson, Roschon Johnson, Jerome Ford. And Jalen Wright is another sneaky one. He's showing that he's getting more touches on Miami, and he's making Mostert almost droppable, which is kind of scary. Now let's go to wide receivers. They're always the fun ones. We're going to keep on hoping that we get someone to produce. So let's just start it out. If someone out there dropped Cedric Tillman, dropped Jerry Jeudy, you go get them, because right now the Browns are throwing. And they have, not a great week coming up, but they could help you in the long stretch at the end. We have trades ending. Trade deadlines are ending. You're not going to be able to pick up other people. So if they're out there and you're in desperate need for wide receiver production, you grab one of them. I personally think Elijah Moore is going to be great this next week because of how bad the who are they versing? The Browns. Somebody
playing
else.
the Steelers.
Steelers. They're not good against the slot. Surprisingly, and I think that's where Elijah Moore plays pretty well in. You can laugh, but watch. Watch.
I'm laughing.
Christian
You know
Watson.
who it was?
Christian Watson. Yeah, well, I remember writing it down. I just didn't look at it. Christian Watson, if he's out there, take him. Again, he's a Packer. Dobbs, take him. Even Wicks, if he's out there. We're going to go in later in parts of the year. You want to have a piece of that offense, like we've been saying. I've been saying every week, Demario Douglas, he might be out there, and he's just getting targets, but he's not producing. So he's a riskier play. People who are coming back, like Adam Thielen, he's not a bad idea. Xavier Legette is still producing like decent targets, but he's not really producing a lot of yards. But he's getting those targets. MVS, don't get Scandalini. He's a little scary just because he's getting these long, deep throws. I wouldn't chase him, but again, Nick Westbrook-Akine, if you're desperate and you need someone to fill in your flex, if you're in like 3 wide receiver and 2 flex position, you have to throw him in there. See what he does. Same thing with Alec Pierce. They have that big play potential. And then you can go lower down and be a little bit more risky and get like a Parker Washington or a Ray McLeod, but I wouldn't even put any fab on those guys. The next people are the ones I would really put most of my fab on, maybe like 20% if I, with these bye weeks coming up, is Will Dissly and Jonnu Smith. They have very nice schedules coming up, and they have been producing. Jonnu Smith himself is the second best receiver, not wide receiver, on that team in Miami right now. That's proving to be pretty good for Tua's production, and Jonnu Smith's feasting on that. And Dissly has a very, very creamy schedule coming up, and with a lot of buys approaching for other players, I'd start him over a lot of people. And then Jatavian Sanders, the guy on the Panthers, he has another nice matchup. And like I said before, he might have a bye, so you can get him after waivers clear. So keep an eye out on him. Luke Shoemaker, with Jake Ferguson being injured, someone to consider, and Cole Kmet. Those are a little deeper. But remember, 6 teams are on bye right next week, so you have to get who you can get. But don't waste too much fab unless you need to win the game, because this is approaching the end of the year. But you be smart. Everyone's situation is different. My situation is different than Pete's. Pete's is different than Jimmy's. Everyone's different. So use your fab accordingly. Get the player that you need to win, and get that one win that you need to improve your record. Try to get into that playoff potential, and good luck. We'll see how it plays out. But Dissly, Jonnu Smith, Richardson, Bo Nix, those are the main targets I would get, and those are the ones that I would throw fab on.
All right. So, did you mention Jonathan Brooks?
No.
I would pick him up. It's the only one you didn't hit. I would grab him and just see.
Yeah, not bad.
A lot of people got room. I would take the shot.
I
wanted to touch on
weird schedule. Kansas City and Philly in the next 2 weeks. You might be able to get him later.
No, it sucks, but I'm saying like a playoff run, it might be worth having him.
Definitely.
What I want to touch on, if Trey Benson is on your waivers, you have to go get him. James Conner has not in his career played a full season. Yep. And he hasn't gotten hurt yet this year. So statistically, he's going to miss a game like somewhere coming up here.
I think that's the same thing with Aaron Jones, too.
Yeah, but the Packers can get away with Aaron Jones being hurt.
Vikings.
See, I'm still on that. The Cardinals need a run game.
Yeah.
Like, really need a run game. So I'd get ahead of the curve there. If Trey, I would even go try and trade for him if you can still trade. He's worth having, Trey Benson, because James Conner statistically gets hurt, and not for nothing. If he doesn't, you took a shot. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do? But that's the big one for me. That's the biggest handcuff of the year.
I don't know if the biggest handcuff of the year, but
as of right now, I would.
Connor's producing great numbers, yes. But I still think Akers, him, they're in the.
Akers sucks though.
All right, but look how much Aaron Jones is running on that offense. He's running a good amount. More than you think.
Oh, he definitely is, but that's because Aaron Jones is good. Akers is not good.
But the Vikings coaching needs to. They're playing the run for a reason. I know he's not great.
I agree,
but he is not.
But
terrible.
Akers gets tossed from team to team for a reason.
True.
So how do we feel about Anthony Richardson?
I think he has the big play potential. He can use his legs. You can see him get those touchdowns at the end. That increases 7 points each time he scores a touchdown.
Got it.
He's playing Detroit this week.
I don't know.
Good defense.
He's gonna have to put up points to keep up.
He's also gonna need to scramble.
Or the Lions just shut him down and nothing happens.
Yep.
You know.
Okay, it's very
But then the week after that, he's got New
hard.
England. Then he has a bye. And then you have Tennessee and the Giants and Denver.
Right.
Tennessee, Giants, and New England. I think he can produce pretty good numbers. This week he did it against the Jets, and that defense is supposed to be good, but
they haven't been good since Robert Saleh got fired. Richardson against Detroit or CJ against Tennessee?
Oh, Richardson.
Yep.
I think
Tennessee's defense is really good.
Pretty good.
Richardson or Jordan Love?
Packers are playing Niners. Give me the Richardson.
I agree with Pete on both. I think it's an oblique. We don't know yet.
I'm going Love on that one.
Do I got a deeper one? Not really. Stafford, Russ.
Who's Stafford playing?
Stafford is playing Philly.
No, we're going
Richardson.
Richardson, yeah.
Yep. Russ against Cleveland.
Richardson.
Right.
Well, so maybe Russ on that one because Cleveland hasn't been showing that great. But Richardson is streamable, and that's why I'm saying put the fab in.
I don't trust Russ.
Yeah.
I don't trust Russ as a fantasy quarterback.
No, he's been trying, but this past week was really bad. Yeah, no, weird. I think that's it, man. Richardson's definitely streamable.
He's got that rushing upside, and he has that big play potential where he can just chuck it down and get Alec Pierce or somebody like that.
Right.
Also, I'm gonna fact check you, Eric. The Steelers are 4th in rush defense, and Chargers are 11th. The Steelers are 90.8 yards per game, and the Chargers are 110.5 yards a game.
And why does it say on here on fantasy? Over here it says Pittsburgh at 22 on Yahoo.
Yahoo sucks. We've been through this.
If you look at Derrick Henry, it says Pittsburgh 22, 22nd against the run.
I'll show you. Look up yards per game defense on
yards per game. We're talking yards per game, or we're talking about like fantasy production.
Yards per game. The best. They stopped the run.
Oh, okay. I was talking about fantasy production. I was looking at running back production against the team. That's what you look at on fantasy. You know what I mean? On Yahoo, that's what you look at. That's what I was looking at. Against running backs.
Yahoo sucks.
All right, it's the same thing on Sleeper. It's against the running back position.
Sucks.
Yeah, yards per game. How they stop the running back. Whatever. That's just the ranks. The yards per game. It's less for the Steelers.
All right. Well, let's blast through Week 12, and then if you guys want to keep fighting over this weekend,
there's no fighting here.
I'm football purist. I like fantasy's good. It's a supplement, in my opinion.
Matchups of the week.
All right, Thursday Night Football. Steelers and Browns. Steelers are -3.5, and this to me is extraordinarily easy because the Steelers are on such a run right now that they really are that sleeper Giants team of like 2011, 12, whatever the fuck year it was. It's just, they're on such a run. It's hard to beat. So Steelers over the Browns for sure. You can start Najee, Pickens. can stream Russ if you need to.
Yep.
But like Frymuth, I'm scared of. He's not been producing really.
Njoku.
Brown side of the ball, I'm completely outside of Njoku. I am totally scared of the Brown side of the ball.
Tillman?
No.
Probably you can get it with.
I'm sitting Chubb. I'll tell you that much.
I think this is.
You're definitely sitting Chubb.
This is the one game where I'm nervous of the Browns guys, but like I said, I think it's the slot. Whoever plays in the slot the most is going to get the most production against Pittsburgh.
I think just Njoku is going to get the big one this time. Yeah. But we'll see. It's a hard one. You're not starting many players out of this game, honestly. This is a big defense game. Mm-hmm. But we're all taking the Steelers. Next up is Chiefs-Panthers. And we are all taking the Panthers
Chiefs
to lose by less than 11.
A lot of points. The Chiefs haven't shown it.
No, it is. And the Chiefs have only beaten the beat-up Saints by more than 11.
Yeah.
We're in week 12, and they've only won a game by more than 11 one time. So, I'm with you on that. But you're still starting Mahomes. You're still starting Kelsey. Worthy, I don't really like. Hop is probably okay. I don't think Pacheco's playing this week. He's going to take at least one more off.
Yeah. And
then Panthers, you can start Chuba. I would wait to see what Brooks does. I would not start him yet.
No.
Thielen is scary. I don't know if I'm starting Thielen. So you're not getting much out of the Panthers on this one. Chuba, it's been the same thing all year. You're starting Chuba and you're kind of done.
It's crazy.
I'm nervous about Chuba this week.
He's the whole team. Like, he's everything.
Is their only option?
Sanders. I'm starting at tight end if I need to. If there's a lot of bye weeks and I don't have a tight end on my roster, I'm starting him.
That's scary. That's like deep scary.
Leggett.
Next up, Leggett. Man.
So.
I don't know. It's this rough one. I don't think you can.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I think you gotta avoid it.
Yeah. There's other options out here. Next week we'd be having a different conversation. There's a lot more teams on bye. This week you can probably find something better.
Yeah.
Lions minus 7.5 against the Colts. This is so here's the opposite. The Lions have beat a bunch of teams by more than 7.5, 11, 25. It doesn't matter. They just keep blowing teams out. So, the Colts are going to have a rough day. They're going to have a really rough day. You're starting all of your Lions players. I'm not naming them all. You know at this point. Literally all of them. The Colts, Johnny Taylor's going to have a rough time. The wide receivers are already hard to predict. They're going to have to throw the ball to keep up with the Lions, and they're not going to keep up with the Lions. But it might be safe to play. God, man. It's so hard to pick between the
If you were
three.
to pick one, I think I'd pick Josh Downs.
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Which sucks.
You pick Downs.
Good, but
Pierce is probably okay. Pittman not being in this conversation is so painful.
it is.
Because he should be the guy. And he might have a breakout week. This is going to be hard to predict the receivers. Richardson, we already said you can stream.
So we're all picking
Bucks.
Lions.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all taking the Lions. They're going to beat them by more than 7. The Lions are beating everybody by 27
They're
points.
8-2 against the spread.
Right. They're ridiculous.
Insane.
Bucks minus 5.5 against the Giants. That's an easy Bucks because the Giants are trying to lose. I'm not starting any Giants players. No. Not a single friggin' one.
Nope.
I'm not even starting Neighbors. I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it.
As a wide receiver 2 or flex.
You have to start Neighbors.
Flex.
You just traded for his.
Well, who would I might even because of flex. I literally would do maybe Odunze over Neighbors because I don't know how it's going to be.
Huh.
Wow. I'm not that terrified.
I'm not terrified.
Oh,
but that's why I have him as my wide receiver 2 right now and Odunze in my flex spot. But I'm not afraid to switch that.
That's crazy. We're all taking the Bucks. You're starting Kate Otten, Baker Mayfield,
Shad White.
Mike Evans. If he's back, you're definitely playing him.
Shad White.
Against the Giants, you can start Rashad White. can start Bucky even. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want against the
pretty
Giants.
much. Hey, you want points? Take it.
Yeah, so just start your Bucks players. Giants, I'm not starting anybody. If you have to start neighbors, have fun.
Good luck.
Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins are -7.5 or 7.
Give me the Dolphins.
Man.
I'm shocked you're thinking about this one.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm just thinking the Patriots really tried
Yeah, but that was
last
at home.
week. Like, they put up a fight. That's fair. That is at home.
It's in Miami.
Welcome to
Miami.
Miami.
It is in Miami.
Miami.
All right. Yeah, it's at home. The Dolphins actually are really good at home, and they're terrible on the road. So that's fine. So we're all taking the Dolphins -7. Patriots. Ramondre.
You need to if you have him.
I
And
think.
Hunter Henry if you're really, really desperate for a tight end.
One who's not that bad. I know I might get slack. Demario Douglas he gets like 8-9 points in fantasy a week.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like the
serviceable.
best
That's
receiver
what
on their team, and he's not good.
It's safe. Yeah,
But
it's not good.
against Miami. It's a little
Jacoby
nervous.
needed to stay there.
He gets a lot of
I mean-
targets. That's the thing. He gets 7 targets, 9 targets.
Yeah, he
You know,
does.
but he also
like
has
Drake
low
May.
targets sometimes. 5 targets, 3 targets. So it's like it's hit and miss with him. And like
Yeah.
he's been on the waiver for a lot of people, and people can get him, but you know it's not somebody that people are like, ooh, excited to go get over like MVS or Nick Westbrook or Keeney. People are going to chase those numbers.
I'm
I
never
don't want
touching
anyone.
MBS. I don't care
No.
anymore.
Nope.
But I get people do.
He's too hit and miss.
People
I
say,
had someone-
"Oh, he had a good game."
Yeah.
I get
I had
it.
someone ask me the other day if when they were trying to make a trade and someone was trying to trade them with an extra piece, and it was either Xavier Worthy or MVS, and I said Xavier Worthy. And once MVS got the touchdown, she texted me. She's like, "Look!" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm sorry. I was like, "That's just not as big as you think it's gonna be." He might have those
No, it's
big
not.
plays, but it's not. It's not.
Right. It's all the time. Dolphins, Tyreek, yes. Tua, yes.
Jonnu.
HN, yeah.
Waddle.
Jonnu.
Waddle, I don't think. You can't. Until something happens, I'm not doing it.
Insane. He was
Jonnu
what?
Smith.
Fourth round pick, third.
He is good enough to be a wide receiver 1 on a team. He's T. Higgins. But it's just like,
Look at the situation he's in.
I don't know what it is.
Weird.
It's just the situation he's in.
So-
Look at that offense.
All the pieces are back. He's just not doing what he usually does.
It doesn't make sense. It's like it's like the defenses have figured out what Dolphins are trying to do, and it's not working. I don't know. It's weird.
We're all going Dolphins here.
We're all going Dolphins. Vikings -3 over the Bears. We're all taking Vikings. That one's easy. The Vikings defense is going to shut the Bears down. I'm almost not starting any Bears this game. Like, the receivers are hard enough to predict as it is. Swift is going to get shut down with this defensive line. I'm totally cool with not starting a single Bear this game.
DJ Moore if you have to.
I'd start any of them as a wide receiver 3.
You got to really need
Wide
it.
receiver
gotta
3
pick-
flex.
If you had to pick one, what would you pick? Adunze?
No,
I
DJ
would
Moore.
I would pick DJ. Yeah. You have to. It's not Keenan. Keenan's done. This was Keenan's
He's not
retirement.
done. He's still
Keenan's-
getting a lot of targets. It's just
He's not catching any of them.
Old man Jenkins.
Keenan's.
Just
This was
retired.
his last ride. Vikings. Sam's. This game especially. Sam's safe. Jeffy. Duh. Addison. I guess it seems like he's back. Hawk. Yes.
Sure.
You know. Jacobs.
I don't know how to feel about Darnold.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. Why do I always do that with these two teams? I always do that with these two teams.
The Bears are good against
Aaron
pass,
Jones.
bad against run. So you start Aaron Jones, 100%.
Aaron
Yeah,
Jones,
but
yes.
the Chicago Bears are also really good against, quarterbacks. Quarterbacks don't get a lot of production off of them in terms of Yahoo Fantasy right there. That's what I'm looking
Well, that just means it's
So-
a bad statistic.
Like, it's just I don't think Sam Darnold's going to produce in terms of fantasy. He might do good, but I don't know.
I think
I'm
he'll be
I'm not
safe.
comfortable with him.
All right, so we're all taking the Vikings there. and I'm not starting any Bears. Next up, Cowboys. God damn, Commanders are minus 10.5 over the Cowboys, and I'm slamming. Oh wait, I skipped the Texans-Titans game. Sorry. Titans at Texans 8.5. Texans are minus 8.5. Yeah, I think Pete convinced me. I want to take the Titans defense here.
Just ride his
I think they keep
favorite.
it close.
Eric's taking what is it? Every favorite?
No.
No, besides Panthers.
Talking about.
Yeah, so just Panthers.
Whoa.
Yep.
You're taking every favorite.
Yep.
And you
So
guys are taking every favorite except for 2.
Exactly. So we're one up you.
Whoa.
Boo.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys next. Don't worry. Titans defense should keep this closer than 8.5. I think they keep it within a score. Is the whole point.
Yep.
You are still starting running back 2 on the year, Joe Mixon, or whatever he is now. Nico, yes. Tank. I think you kind of have to.
He's in the same range as the Bears to me at this point.
No, I don't think so. Titans. What are we doing with the Titans?
Calvin Ridley and Pollard.
Well, now that Spears is out, Pollard definitely.
Right.
Ridley, yeah, sure. Westbrook, I'm not buying.
Nope. It's just Pollard and Ridley, unless you're like really desperate and you need somebody.
Right. That's fair. All right. So yeah, me and Pete are taking the Titans. Eric's taking the Texans. Next up, Cowboys at Commanders. Commanders are 10.5. I'm slamming that because the Cowboys are god awful.
Yeah, it's just tough. 10.5's a lot, but yeah, give me the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll pick another favorite right there.
It's not. The Cowboys are so bad. They can't do anything. The defense is terrible. The whole thing is bad. So we're all taking them. I'm not starting anybody but Lamb. And then Commanders, you can start Terry. You can start B-Rob. You can start Eckler, probably.
I'd
You can
start
honestly
Dowdle.
start whoever the hell you want against this.
I'd start Dowdle. Yeah, and I start Schoonmaker if I really need a tight end.
No.
I wouldn't. But
Eh.
it's their own.
Think about it. He
I
was targeted
Nah.
10 times against Houston.
I get it.
I don't know. I just think they don't do anything like at all here. Well, we shall see. We're all taking the Mandy's, and you can start pretty much any commander that you want because the Cowboys defense is non-existent. Next up, Broncos Raiders. Broncos are minus 5.5. That's an easy Broncos for me. That defense over there is shutting everybody down. The Broncos are turning it up. Bo Nix looks like he's in contention for Rookie of the Year with Jaden, I think. Like, he really looks that good. He's got more touchdowns than Jaden. It just took him a little bit longer to get off his feet, which I think is why people are kind of slow on him right now.
Yeah.
But I would start him. 100% I would start Bo Nix. Against the Raiders especially.
1000%.
Sutton, good to go. Running backs, I'm too scared of who is going to be the guy that week. So, probably out there.
Yeah.
Raiders is literally Brock Bowers, and I'm out.
Yep. You can't start Jacoby against Sertan. Yep.
Nope. They don't have a run game. They're all dead.
Brock Bowers, yeah.
It's just Brock Bowers. So we're all taking the Broncos there, not even close.
Yep.
Next up, Niners, Packers. Packers are minus 2.5. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have that in me to do. I can't do it. You guys can have that. I'm not doing it. If Kittle plays, especially.
So yeah,
The Niners should win this game.
Yep, I'm taking
Niners should win this game.
Go, Pack, go.
Go ahead. You're gonna.
Abort on the Niners. Abort.
I'm gonna be really, really drunk if the Packers win this game.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm taking the Niners. You guys take the Packers.
Yeah.
CMC, obviously. Purdy is good to go. Kittle, if he plays. Jennings is fine. Debo is scary, but you're kind of in the middle of you have to.
Start him if you drafted him early.
What are
like
you
you
gonna
did.
do? Yep. Packers.
Dart throw and any wide receiver.
I'm sitting.
Jordan Love, yes. Jacobs, I don't want to play.
Sitting.
No one can run on the Niners.
Unless they're banged up.
It doesn't. They still can't run on the Niners. The only person that can run on the Niners is the quarterback because they get away with that. But other than that, I'm gonna shoot myself in the face. What are we doing, wide receiver wise? You just starting all of them, or are you starting none of them, or what are you guys doing there?
Jaden Reed.
I mean, I'd start Jaden Reed as a wide receiver 2 this week if I need to. If I don't have anyone better,
Christian Watson, I'm scared of.
I'd start Dobbs and Watson as a flex if I need to.
I'm scared of
I'd
Dobbs and Watson.
I'd start any of the Bears and Tank Dell over them.
I wouldn't start any of the Bears.
Over Dobbs or Watson? You'd start Dobbs and Watson over any of the Bears. Okie dokie.
Yep. Next up, Cardinals, Seahawks. Seahawks are -1. Okay, so this is a 50-50 game. They don't know what's going on here. I'm just gonna take the Cardinals because you guys took the Seahawks, and I'm feeling spicy.
You want to be different.
I'm gonna be different. I gotta pull away.
At Seattle?
Yeah.
It's a Cardinals
True.
playing a nice, comfy, warm dome. And have to
That is
go
nice and true.
to Seattle, Washington, where it's going to be
It's true.
probably raining, cold.
Walker's going to have a day.
Yeah,
Kenny Walker is gonna have a party.
Yep.
DK, you're good to go. JSN, good to go. Lockett, you're done with.
Done.
I don't want to stream Geno unless you have to. I don't want to do it.
Nope. Don't like him.
Cardinals, James Conner, yes. Marv, yes. Trey McBride, yep.
Kyler.
And Kyler, good to go. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're starting your boys. So this one actually is going to be. There's not a lot of defense here. This should really be more of a high flying game, I think.
Yeah.
Like they're both relatively middle of the pack defenses. They're not bad defenses, but we don't have like a top 10 defense out of these guys. So this should be a fun one. So I'll take the Cardinals for the hell of it. You guys take the Seahawks. All right. Eagles, Rams. Eagles are -2.5. This one might be the hardest one for me so far.
We're doing Eagles.
Yeah. Well, here's why. The Eagles defense is great, but the Rams offense has been clicking lately. Kupp's getting involved. Puka's back. Kyron, even though he's not getting touchdowns, is still playing really well. It depends on if they can shut Barkley down. It really does. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they can kind of hold him to a human being type running back,
Yeah.
then they might be okay. But if Barkley just goes nuclear like he's been, and AJ gets some because of it, then this is over. So, I don't know. I'm gonna play this one safe. I'll take the Eagles with you guys. I've already gone
Yeah.
2 out and 8 like crazy.
Yeah,
Eagles.
it's gonna rain. I heard too. I think it's gonna rain, so it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a Barkley game.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for Stafford to throw it with accuracy.
Offensively,
maybe. We'll see.
Offensively, I think this is a very evenly matched game.
Yeah.
It's just defensively, the Eagles win.
Yep.
You know,
So
but yeah, it's ridiculous. Eagles, you are starting everybody. Devonta Smith is scary to me.
Yep.
And Goddard is scary to me. So actually, you're starting Barkley and AJ and Hurts without a problem. The other two are scary.
Yeah.
So do that with whatever will you want. Rams, Puka, Kyler, Kupp, Stafford's a stream, and you're good to go. You know,
Yep.
the Rams are scary too because Higbee's gonna be back soon.
True.
People forget about Tyler Higbee.
What happened? What's his face? Parkinson.
Parkinson, he showed up this week. I think he did a little bit.
He did a
I
little
haven't heard
bit,
much
but
from him.
Puka came back.
Oh yeah, Puka came back.
You know,
Puka's
He had
crazy
a
good,
touchdown this week.
Puka's unbelievable.
Puka's just like what I would trade in Dynasty for Puka would be
He's
an insane
automatic.
Yeah.
Every ball that goes to him, he catches. I don't think I've ever seen him drop a ball.
Look it up. Look it up.
Go ahead.
Go look at Yahoo.
You know, find me that one pass he dropped in his
I
career.
don't think. No, there's more than that. Week 8, he had 9 targets. He caught 7. Week 9, he had 4 targets.
Those
he
targets
caught
on a
1.
drop.
target.
10, he had
You
14
can't go by
targets,
that though.
caught
'cause
nine.
There you go.
You can't go by that. That doesn't mean they were catchable targets.
I'm just saying, Shakir is still the most accurate catcher.
Oh, stop it. All right, so we're all taking the Eagles on that one. Last one, Ravens Chargers. Me and Pete already said we're taking the Ravens. Eric has this thing for the Chargers. It's kind of.
I mean, they've been doing great. It's just Ravens are just like ridiculously good. So
Yeah, and they had a down game, and John Harbaugh just always beats up on Jim.
Well,
Always.
Jimmy John.
maybe
So-
not this year.
I doubt it. So Ravens, the Ravens still are really sucky with the wide receivers because like Derrick Henry, Lamar, and Mark Andrews are automatic. Zay, I feel like you're forced to start.
Yeah,
you gotta start
he's scary. But Rashad Bateman's actually
it's scary.
not bad. A flex maybe. Bateman's not bad this
He's
year.
not, but he's hit and miss.
He
He's
is.
either like
I mean, that's all the Ravens receivers. Like Zay is the same way. Just
Just stick with
if
Zay.
you're desperate.
Stick with Andrews. Stick with Henry.
Chargers. Herbie, I think, is getting to the point where, especially against the Ravens, because their pass defense kind of blows.
Wide receiver one. And
Their run
quarterback
defense
one
is
this week.
unbelievable. I think Dobbins and Edwards have a bad game.
yes.
I really think they do. The
rush
Ravens
defense is
are,
really good.
yeah,
I think Herbert's just going to throw a lot. It's going to be McConkey, QJ.
he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to.
Yep.
We should
So-
do Eric's spicy takes one week.
We should.
Herbie 1 is pretty good. That's
No,
good
he's a
take. I
QB
mean,
one. He's like a top 12.
Oh,
I can make that. No, let's make it spicy. Yeah, let's do it spicy. Yeah, I believe that.
QB one on
I
the
can
week?
see that.
I
I
mean,
can
it's
see that.
possible.
This
I mean,
week?
this is
I
the,
can see
this is
that.
the week to do it.
I can see that.
I'd be hot.
I can see that.
That would be really hot. There's no shot that's happening.
If there's
Never
any
say
week,
never.
this is the week.
Well,
Bo Nix is a good
Let's see.
matchup. though,
Lions,
so I'm nervous.
Colts. Jared Goff could go crazy.
Poop.
And not for nothing.
Tua can go crazy.
Bo Nix,
Tua can go
Bo Nix is
crazy.
gonna go crazy, and
Bo Nix.
Jaden Daniels.
Bo Nix against the Raiders. Yep.
Jaden Daniels
I can
against
see Kyler.
Cowboys.
I could see Kyler. I could see oh man, I just lost it. Where was I? At
Jaden
I
Daniel.
like that spicy take though. So yeah,
It's spicy. It's
That'd
spicy.
be hot.
I like it. I like
But
it.
he plays good
That's
against
super spice.
I mean, the Ravens give up a lot to the quarterbacks and wide receivers, so we'll see.
That'd be spice. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be. It could be top 5. I'd be okay with it. It's not gonna be 1. There's no way.
Let's see.
We'll see. So yeah, me and Peter taking the Ravens. Eric's taking the Chargers, and that is it for week 12. Kind of good to go, baby.
So a little recap of last week, week 11. So me and Jimmy and Eric actually had a good week too. Me and Jimmy went 10-4 against the spread. That is some great numbers. Eric goes 9-5, 1 behind. It's fine.
Yep.
But those are really good numbers. You're up 6 units. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Not bad.
You and me are tied
Yes.
overall at 165. Eric's at 95 and 70.
Pretty good.
So realistically, if we bet on everything,
I mean, it is a
this
mixture
year,
of money line and spread.
That's fair.
but we
that's
haven't
only
had
the
many
first
negative weeks.
2. Yeah, we still haven't had any. What I'm saying, I think either way,
Yeah.
if we actually bet down these lines every week, we'd be making money every week.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
because of the odds.
Well, minus 110. If we get 10 out of 4 right,
We still
I
get
mean,
it.
it's a good week, right?
It's
We
not always
usually
minus
go
110.
mostly minus 110. Could be minus 106. Could be minus 102. I think we'd be profitable.
Probably.
I'm solid to
I
say.
might start
It'd be
doing it.
profitable. What do you
Give
mean
it
we
a
wouldn't
shot.
be profitable, Eric?
You would
I
be
get the minus
profitable, but not by
110
a
and
lot.
stuff.
It's a lot to risk just to win a little bit, probably.
I mean, if you look at the spread, we can do the math if we really want. I'll do the
Depends
math
on
later.
depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
Depends on how you do it.
Yeah. But I definitely,
If I parlayed every one of them,
yeah, then you lose because parlaying is the biggest scam. I mean,
then you would die.
feels good when it hits, but it's a scam. $1 billion
I would have to
industry.
parlay the ones that I hit.
Oh
Yeah,
the one
it's not worth it.
Yeah, parlay you almost hit.
Well, parlay the ones that I hit only. All right. Well, if you guys got anything else, now's the time, or we can lock this one down.
Let's lock it.
Under 2
All right.
hours.
So, and we've always gone under 2. We just are about 5 minutes short. Don't celebrate. We're 5 minutes short of what we usually do. So, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Get that wasabi.
Nasty.
And use it like a normal person. Don't chug it, because Jesus Christ. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you do go like, subscribe, check out everything else that is linked down below. And we'll catch you next week for week 13. We're getting into it, man. Late season.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy playoffs are around the corner. We're getting rolling, dude. We're getting into the thick of it. So, hope you guys all enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoy the next week of football. Go win some money. Hopefully you do good in fantasy, and that's going to be it. So I will catch you guys next time. See you later.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Banter Blitz Podcast. Tune in next week for more nonsense.